Hi everyone, I'm Casey Williams. If you're looking at the front of the car next to me and you're thinking, it must be a Subaru Outback, you're pretty close. It's actually a smaller sibling, the CrossTrek. And we're going to take a look at it and see if smaller can be better. Well, designers kind of like the Subaru Outback, which is really just a jacked up legacy. They kind of did the same thing with the Impreza 5-door. Jacked it up, put 17-inch alloy wheels on it, put the lower body cladding on it to protect it from dirt and rocks, and just made a mini crossover out of it. So it is a little bit tough for off-road. Again, 17-inch alloys, 4-wheel disc brakes. The suspension's a little more compliant than the regular Impreza, and that's nice. Gives you a little more comfort on the highway, gives you a little more shock absorption off-road when you've got rocks and ruts. You can see by the dirt on it, we had a little bit of fun this weekend. I was near my hometown, and I want to go to this little cemetery back in the country. And it's at the end of this kind of rutted gravel road and a grass farm path. And the CrossTrek was absolutely perfect. Handled it just fine with all-wheel drive, just drove right through it. But you can see it sits off the ground pretty tall. Easy getting out of the car. You know, have a little bit of ride height. Makes it easier sliding out of the seats as well. Luggage rack on the top. And then come around the back. Again, the cladding's kind of continued around. Gives it kind of that tough look. And I like the luggage compartment too. For a car this size, there's actually quite a bit of room back here. Nice thick rubber mat in here, seats fold down, tie downs if you need them. And unlike a lot of cars in this class today, it's actually got an actual spare tire. So again, not run flats, you don't have the canister, you have a spare tire. So if you're out on a trail and you need to get it home, you can actually jack the car up, put new rubber on it, and drive on out. Subaru powertrains are a little bit unique. Like the Porsches, Subaru utilizes a horizontally opposed engine, which means instead of a V configuration, the cylinders go like this. In this case, we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder. And the advantage of that is it puts the weight lower in the chassis and improves your handling. So this car, fuel economy-wise, you get 26 miles per gallon in the city, 34 miles per gallon on the highway. And with standard all-wheel drive, that's pretty decent. Horsepower is rated 148. So in a car this size, that's kind of borderline. When you step on the throttle, and this car has a continuously variable transmission, so it kind of revs and makes some buzzy noises. Eventually the car moves out, and it's enough power at highway speed. But again, if you're stomping on the throttle off the line, it does take a little bit to get the car moving and get into gear. Okay. Well, except for the extended cargo capacity of the Outback and a little bit more rear leg room in the Outback, you really won't miss the bigger wagon when you get into the XV CrossTrek. You know, our car has heated leather seats, which are just nice as can be. Automatic climate control, we've got navigation, Bluetooth, USBs, we've got the power sunroof. And I like just some of the details of the car. Everything's padded, it's very nice. The orange stitching on the seats I think look really cool. Orange stitching on the leather wrapped steering wheel. And this car has quite a bit of safety gear on it too. It has Subaru's EyeSight system. And unlike some of these systems that use lasers or use radar, this has twin cameras, they call them stereo cameras. And that's used for the adaptive cruise control. It'll keep you a safe distance from the car in front of you. The emergency braking system. If it detects a car slowing down and you're not paying attention, it will go ahead and brake. And also uses this for the lane departure warning system. So if you start to veer over one of the lines, it'll beep and warn you as well. This car also has a blind spot warning system and a rear camera. So quite a bit of safety equipment on this car to keep you safe. Well, if you're trying to decide between the CrossTrek and the Outback, you need to ask yourself what you really need. If you really need that cargo capacity, you need the extended rear end, if you're really going to put bicycles into it all the time and seat 4 or 5 people, you probably should go buy the Outback. But if you just need a little bit of off-road capability, maybe get to a favorite fishing spot or to the cemetery if you want to have a nice picnic, the CrossTrek's perfect. You can get 4 or 5 people in here. You do have the all-wheel drive system, and this has better fuel economy. You got 34 miles per gallon on the highway, so a pretty good balance. But like the Outback, you know, comparing this to some other crossovers, like the Outback, what you basically have is a car, and it handles like a car. It sits down low enough that it handles well, sits up high enough to clear the roads. And I think that's an advantage against some of the other crossovers on the market. So looking at pricing, well, the base price for a CrossTrek is about $21,500, $21,595. This one, as it says, is $28,848. So I think that's a really good price for what you get in this car with all the safety equipment and all the loaded features inside of it. Well, until next week, storm forward.